I'm Michelle Molinaro, and this is Crazy for Clayton Around Town, where I'm your guide to the people, places, and experiences in Clayton, North Carolina. And today I'm here at James Lipscomb and Barry Woodard. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Glad to be here.
All right. They are the co-owners of HomeTowne Realty, but they've also been local residents for all of their lives. So today we're going to find out a little bit more about Clayton. So if you both would just tell us a little bit about your background, your family. We'll start with you, James.
Okay. So my name is James Lipscomb. I was born in Clayton in 1969 on May 13th. So today we're filming this is actually my birthday.
Today's our anniversary, mine and Tony's.
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Yeah, 36 years.
So I've been here for 56 years. Barry's actually not only my business partner, but he's my first cousin. So we've been raised together. And Barry was a little bit older than me in school, so we didn't really hang out much in school because I was like the young punk that would like tell on him whenever he was doing bad stuff and stuff like that. So, but whenever we got in our 20s, we actually started working together. And really, I'm going to say the Clayton Chamber of Commerce is one of the first things that threw us together. So Barry's family, or actually my dad and Barry's dad were actually in a hardware store business together in the early 70s. And then Barry's mom had a clothing store. My mom had a daycare. So we were raised in entrepreneurial stuff in Clayton when Clayton was very, very small.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I was probably 21 or 22, I got a call from Jim Jenkins, who had talked to Barry about needing help to breathe life into the Harvest Festival. And because it was just basically like a little pig picking like afternoon under the oak tree type thing.
And now it's 30,000 people.
Yes. So he put me and Barry together, and Barry took the lead on that for over a decade. I can't remember how many.
2 decades.
2 decades. And then, so I was kind of the coach here to start with, and then when Barry stepped away from it, I took it and did it for another, 5 or 6 or 7 years. So I could go on and on and on. And so that started before I got into real estate. So Barry was not in real estate yet. I got into real estate. And then shortly after that, Barry came in with me. So one of the things that I can say about Barry, and I love him, he's like a brother, but he's my cousin. And he likes doing stuff I don't like to do, and I like doing stuff he doesn't like to do. So we've had a very good partnership. Mm-hmm. And we've never gotten to an argument because Barry is the most giving soul in the world. He would give you the shirt off his back and help you do whatever you need, and I love you.
As long as you deserve it.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So we've never had an argument. So that's one of the reasons why. And then I also think that being raised with entrepreneurial parents and having a servant's heart and understanding that it doesn't matter what line of work you do or what where you're walking in life. Mm-hmm. You've got to respect those people. Because everybody's the same. Everybody gets up in the morning the same. Everybody puts the underwear on the same way. And I think that we learned early to treat everybody with that same dignity, no matter what line of work you come from. If you're the doctor or the president of a corporation, or if you just graduated from high school and are working, in fast food, we're going to treat you the exact same. And I think that that's part of the core.
Definitely.
Of how we were raised, and I think that's how we've approached HomeTowne Realty, and I think that's why we've made it for, how many years is it now? 24 years with HomeTowne Realty.
Yeah.
All right. So Barry, jump in. Tell us a little bit about you.
So I am older, and I grew up at a time where Clayton had no chain stores. We had no chain grocery stores. We had no chain restaurants. We had to go to Raleigh to go anywhere of significance for food or groceries. We had local grocery stores, and we had, of course, Jones's Cafe and a couple other scattered restaurants. But Main Street basically had one stoplight, and it was known as a cotton mill town. I mean, it was Norwich Mills, Champion Products, Clayton Spinning Mill, which are where the lofts are now. So we grew up in a time where it was very simple. We had well water here up until probably 1977, and before we got county water put in, municipal water. and we had the second best tasting water in the state of North Carolina at that time. So I think the population of Clayton was around 3,000 people. Pretty much you knew everybody. There were very few interlopers that lived here, very few. And if they were, they married and moved here from somebody local. And now the script's been reversed. I would say probably 80% of the population's from out of town. We love it. I mean, it's what our business is for. We are founded on family fundamentals here. I said this the other day at our awards banquet. You got to know where you've been in order to know where you're going. I know where you've been in order to know where you're going. And we know where we've been. James and I are extremely humble. We're extremely grateful. And we treat everybody within our organization that way. And we've always said, you're a name, you're not a number. And that's our philosophy, and that's what we believe in. And we've grown with Clayton over the years, and we've done what we said we're going to do, and people trust us. And we've built a foundation here where people know who we are, and we're very committed to the community here as well as other communities we serve.
Most definitely. So you're both involved in the real estate. James, you go out, you build in the community. Barry, you're here holding down the fort, being our support for the agents. What I want to talk about is how you've seen Clayton grow, the culture of Clayton. How have you seen that change, and where do you see that going? Because you are so embedded in the community. Do you feel like we're getting away from that small town value, or are we holding on to it and embracing it?
Well, let me just say this. I was chairman of the Downtown Development Association many years ago. And the one thing I picked up on when we first got involved in downtown was Clayton was becoming very artsy. And it's continued that trend. If you really notice Clayton, it's extremely artsy. We have all the murals, sculptures all over town. And Clayton's going to always have its small town identity because Main Street is so vibrant. And Main Street gives the town its identity. And it's flourishing. I mean, you look at it nowadays, it's just as busy as it can be. So I don't think we'll ever lose that. Will we sprawl? Yes. Are we more diverse than ever? Absolutely. And we've got so many people that have moved in from other states, and they've brought some of their culture in place too, but it seems to blend and mix together. And I always think they're here because they want to be in a small town, and that's what they have. They've got a sprawling area with a small downtown.
Yeah. What do you think most attracts people from out of town to come here?
Well, I really think that we have retained and we will retain that small town feel. I think that you can speak to how open and welcoming Clayton is.
For sure.
You know,
for
so
sure.
I think that if people come in and they try to be involved, that they will be welcome and their arms will be wrapped around them. It's kind of like, you know, Barry and I aren't as involved in the chamber as we were previously, but, you know, you can't stay super active forever before you get burned out, you know?
Yeah.
So
you have to take a break.
You got to have people coming in, you know, and it's wonderful to have people come in and assimilate into and make the future Clayton. That's what I see happening. But I think that the heart of Clayton is the same. It's just that we are bigger. But, you know, there's plenty of people out here, they don't want to get involved, and they might just, you know, ride through and say, I've never been down Main Street, Clayton, you know?
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to be involved, it is extremely welcoming, and I would challenge anybody to say that Clayton is not that welcoming, inclusive place, because I know it is a welcoming, inclusive place if somebody tries to get involved.
If you look at the streetscape of Clayton, the 70 corridor and the exterior of downtown have changed significantly, really. You've gotten a lot of new commercial stuff, but the identity of Main Street, really, the buildings are still the same buildings that they were 50, 60, 70 years ago. There's been a few added, but it's been improved upon. So the overall visual look of downtown Clayton has not changed, while the exterior components around downtown have changed significantly.
Yes, the downtown. And you would know your mom had, right in this building that we're at, she had her store. I'm actually wearing one.
Well, she had her store down the street. We built this building.
Okay.
We built this building in 2001. So this is one of the newer buildings in town. We just made it look old.
Okay.
Made it look historic. So yeah, she was on the corner where Pizzazz is.
Oh, okay.
That was where her store was.
Okay, well, I know you talk about in the office there, like that was something, your office downstairs.
It was a children's store.
My wife had a children's boutique downstairs in this building.
Okay.
Yes.
And your mom had the daycare.
Yes, my mom and then my sister, and they just recently closed it down after my mom passed. She passed last June 1st, and but they made it from 1963 to 2000. 25, you know, so it was a good long run. And when I was growing up, because I was the youngest of 6 children, you know, I had to learn to be really friendly and to be able to instantly build rapport with somebody, because so many people knew me from knowing my mom and my brothers and sisters. So, you know, I have people right now, a gentleman I love to death. I don't know if you'll see this, but his name's Terry Coates. He always reminds me that whenever I was a little baby, that he and my sister, who were really good friends, Naomi, that they would dress me up in little girls' clothes. And I'm like, I don't remember that at all, you know. But he remembers
There
it
might
vividly.
be a Polaroid somewhere.
Yeah, he remembers it vividly, and so it just goes, you know, to the culture of Clayton back then, you know, in that small town feel that I had to grow up, you know, instantly being able to build rapport because everybody knew me. Because back then, one thing I can say, the mom and daddy network was strong. Because I will say that I was speeding pretty bad one day when I was about 17 years old, and I got caught and I paid my time for it. But my mama found out, and she had a call before I got back home, and was able to show her the ticket, which I didn't want to show her the ticket, you know. But that was good times back then. But then, you know, Clayton's gotten bigger. But I do think that heart, if you search out for that heart and you want that heart, is here. You just got to try to get involved.
All right. So out of all the real estate agents in the county, in the state, you guys have both been, I say you walk the walk and you talk the talk. You don't ever ask someone to do something you have not done or you're not willing to do. You are both real estate agents first and foremost, and then you now oversee everyone else. So with all your decades of experience, what makes HomeTowne Realty so unique, so different than the other firms?
We're independent, and we can adapt and change on the speed of a dime. And, you know, we all know the market has changed dramatically in the last 3 to 5 years. And I think we are really good at adapting to the new normal. And we have our folks prepared for that well in advance. That's one of our, you know, the sticking point with me. I want to make sure we're very prepared with these market changes so we can pass that information along to our clients. So I think our adaptability makes us a little different, and us being independent, where we don't have to answer to a corporate, makes us a little more fluid and be able to be more agile. And so the buck really stops at my desk, and you all know my door's open all the time.
All the time, even 10 o'clock on a Sunday night while you're at the beach.
That's right. That's right.
And I agree with that, because it's us being able to individualize and help each individual broker the way they need to be helped. You know, because you know, we can help you do anything, but we can't do everything for you. You know, so you know, we can help. We can be mentors, and you know, and we can supply assistance as much as we can. And I think that's what's wonderful, because you know, everybody's got a little different take on where they want to go in this real estate lifestyle. But sometimes it is a lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. And sometimes you just need to talk. You need that sounding board. And that's what you both are here for us just to talk it through. And am I going the right direction? Am I doing the right thing? And that means the world to the agents that are out there. All right. So to learn more about James and Barry, I will post some links down below because they are embedded in our community. I want you to learn more about the two of them. They not only work together, but they have side ventures as well on their own. So please check them out. And don't forget, I'm Michelle Molinaro with HomeTowne Realty. And I don't just love where I live. I'm
Crazy for Clayton.